Hello and welcome back to Transport Fever, the UK series where we wait for Transport Fever 2, but decide to do a number of things in the best manner possible, in the best way possible, in the British way, trying to do things, trying to make things look neat, trying to make things look rather cool, trying to make things look rather snazzy, I suppose. This is the second of the live streams for Transport Fever, and in this live stream we're going to be working north. But before we do any of that, I think it's probably a good idea to get ourselves in game. So here we are, currently in, or at Burnham should I say, currently at Burnham upon Guild, and the game has been paused at this point in time, but you can see that over the last couple of videos, last couple of episodes, we did this junction here. As a matter of fact, did we get all the way over? Yep, we did. We went all the way to Wem and all the way here to, I can't remember the name of this town, Buntingford? Was it Buntingford? Something like that. So we went all the way along here, all the way through this. We do have a little bit that we need to do, and that's the 4-track over here, but at this point in time we don't really need to worry about it too much. I am not quite happy with this. I might need to do some work on that perhaps later on in this live stream. But like I said in the title, we are going to be heading northbound today. So this is the south of the map, and you can see it's all been completed. This town here of something or other, I don't know the name of this town. Should probably pull it up. That's Lizard. I know that town's Lizard. Why is it called Lizard? I do not know. It's a name that's rather strange. We Brits name things rather strangely. Anyway, so yeah, we did manage to do this, and it does look rather nice. As you can see, everything's quite smooth. You can see the embankments there are very smooth. In fact, this embankment is absolutely perfect, I would say. This one's a little bit on the sharp side in places. Perhaps we can fix that at a later time, but this is not what we have to worry about. In this stream, we are going to be going up here, past there, past Newcastle, past Guildford, past Totnes, all the way up here. I didn't realise this is that long a distance to Spalding. And here we're going to start over here in Spalding today. And our goal to start with is figure out how to get over to this town over here, the town of Brig. What's going to be the best way to get over here? After that, we're going to be looking to get across the river and over to that town over there. And then we've got to work out exactly where we're going to sort of run this line. Because if we run it here, perhaps we can end it over here. But we've also got this way. We've got a town over here that perhaps we need to look at. So there's a number of things that we need to do. But let's get on with today's stream and start figuring this one out right here. If you're on the stream live, please do feel free to chat and say hello and give your ideas, your suggestions. That would be rather awesome. If my voice is too low, or if my Elgato device is not giving you the right volumes, or the game's too loud or anything like that, do let me know if my voice is too loud. That would be also another problem. Right, so the plan to take the line out of here. Now obviously it's going to be 4 lines, just like that. But the question is, how are we going to do these 4 lines? We're going to start with the middle. That's what we're going to start with. It's generally the better one to start with. We're going to go right the way up to 90 miles per hour straight away. Now this wants to dip down. You can see that dipping down. But given that we have this whopping great mountain to get around, I don't think dipping down is such a good idea. And if you look at this, there is going to be a little bridge. There you go. there will be a bridge that is formed right there because of the way this is. Now, even if this is flat, you'll note that there's still a massive embankment at that point there. In addition to that, we need to work out where it's going to come out on the other side, because we've got this sort of area, and you can see it's very hilly. For example, there's a lot of undulation here. Come on, textures. No textures? Textures don't want to load? There they go. But it's not quite as undulating here. It's more downhill. And it's even less over here on this side. So is it possible for us to somehow get the line to come out near the water and then run along here, somehow bridge across here and end up in this town? Again with a waterside railway station, which would be pretty cool, because that would be able to that would allow us to get over to Biddulph pretty quickly. That's the idea anyway, but I don't know how easy that's going to be. The only way to find out is to try it. That's what I want. Roughly. And you can see that's horrible. What about having the track come out over here? Now that might help us. Might, I say. Is that downhill or uphill? Ooh, that's interesting. That would be really interesting. I don't mind doing something like this. I really don't mind doing something like this at this point. I don't know why, but it does look kind of tempting. It's just that idea of having things going over the tree, so you're not disturbing anything down below. I like that idea of not really cutting through and disturbing things. I guess it's time to decide. First thing we can do is, why don't we get this little bit done? Let's get this bit done. I think that's our first task. There. A decent, small bridge. What's the bridges on this side? That's the style that we're taking. Okay, so let's continue with that style. That's one. There we go. Okay, there's our bridge. Lovely. I have nothing against that right there. And now we'll do the second one right alongside that. And we've got two bridges. Well, we've got one bridge, two tracks. Now, it's the matter of getting this out. But since I've decided that I am going to stick the station here, let me start by putting the station in. I'm going to use this nice British orange station. 4 tracks, 6 tracks. How many tracks am I going to have from here? I have a feeling. How many tracks did we take out? We've got 6 here. I do have a feeling that this is not. This is going to be 4 track. Yep, this is just going to be 4 track. There is no. Unless we're going to run freight trains. Do we want freight trains sort of flying through here? And is it going to work if we do that? I don't know. I don't know. 6 track. I guess if we need to, we can we can reduce the size afterwards. Could we have it right up to the... Unfortunately, we can't do that. That's... We can do that. We actually can do that. It's possible. Not with that line, that water line though. What if I did it back here? This is actually... We could try this. I'm kind of interested to see how this pans out. There. What it's done is ruined my water line. Well, that's ruined the water line. Rubbish. Why does it... Oh. Well, that's just rubbish. Anyway. So now somehow we've got to connect that to this and then get this crossing the water. That's going to be a really nice junction though. It's going to be even better than the Newcastle one, I think. We'll find out. It reminds me of the one that I did in Cleveland. That was Series 2. Let's see what it wants when we do this. What do you want? You want that? You want a horrifically... That's a terrible bridge. That's an absolutely terrible bridge. Posh part of me says that's ghastly. And then you want to do that. You want to tunnel straight through there. Give me a sort of unsightly embankment. Okay, that tunnel's not bad. The tunnel's not bad. If I can get it to come out this side and then do that, I won't be too disappointed. So let's try from here first. Let's try from here. That. Can we do that? I think that's possible. Yeah, I think that kind of setup is possible. What is our navigable waters? What are our navigable waters, should I say? Where are they? Those. All of that. So could we get ships going in and out of this? I feel like there are places where we could have docks. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think this was a bad idea. Because that is what we need for it to be able to get a ship underneath it. And that just makes that really bad. Okay. This was a bad idea. I regret everything. Let's pretend that never happened. And try again. Here, let's do one in a little bit more of a sensible spot. Here. That's more sensible. Still near the water. A little bit more sensible though. Okay. And that's a much more sensible, smooth bridge. Okay. I'm happier with that. Although I kind of wish... I'm kind of wishing that it was slightly... There we go. Yep, that's good. I like that, and I'll do that, and I'm hoping this works. There we go. Okay. That's that done. That's that done. Not the greatest textures there once again, but what can you do? Unfortunately, it's what we're stuck with. Let's see. Okay. Now, if I were to attempt this, what does it give me? It gives me a tunnel there, a cut through there, a tunnel there. That's not too bad. That's an interesting situation. I wasn't expecting that to happen, but what I'm looking at here is the potential of doing this. Is that really that steep upwards? It is. I didn't realise that it was. There we go. I guess that's what we're going to have to do. Unfortunately. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I could negate some of this by doing this. Okay, autosave. Please don't get in my way. Thank you. It makes the cuts smaller. Not much smaller, mind you, but smaller. But if I do this... Aha! Oh, would you look at that? And instead of that, there's a bridge. That's even better. That there is even better. I will actually, to risk it, I'm taking that one. I'm happy with that one. Also, did I make this bridge? No, this bridge is the right type. And now to do the exact same thing. All the way through here. Where does it come out? Right there. There you go. It's a nice straight tunnel as well. Well, it's not completely straight, but mostly straight. The slight curve towards the end. There you go, you can see that. It's a very nice tunnel. It's one of my favourite tunnels, actually. Could we smooth some of this? I think we can, I think we should, I think we shall. There we go, and just a little bit of smoothing along here, done. Of course, around the tunnels you have to smooth. There you go. Even better. That's good. Okay, well that means that we have the town of Brig connected. Now, I say connected, we need to put the roads in. Do one little wobbly road. Why not? Like so. And let's do... Now, is Brig going to be an important station? I really don't know. I really don't know if this is going to end up being a really important station or not. What I want to do though is I want to make a bus station, as one would expect. Like that. That will do. There we go. That's what I'm after. That's decent. That's quite decent, actually. Good. Just out of curiosity, where on earth can we put these docks? We can actually have docks in a number of places. Okay, this is how we're going to start getting freight in and around. This is going to be quite important. The fact that docks can actually go in here, that's actually really, really important. Especially for someone like Guildford. Okay, okay. This is big news. Also, how am I going to connect Painswick to Newcastle? That's going to be a nice one to connect. Can't wait to get the roads in as well. Anyway, let's continue up along our route. Next up is Biddulph. So Biddulph, again, could do with... I think it could do with a station over here. There's nothing wrong with that. But I shall have to see. Cornwall Trains fan, how's your day going? My day's going rather alright, and I hope your day's going extremely well. You just managed to connect up Brigg, so this is definite progress from Spalding. So we now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 cities, or 10 towns on this map connected with railways, which is awesome, and I am planning to have 11 and 12 done within this stream as well, should things go well. I'm sorry to hear about that, and I hope she gets better soon. And yes, the weather is really bad. It's extremely windy where I am, and the rain's pretty horrible too. Well, I say it's horrible, it's actually quite nice, but you know, in general, it's not great. The hills here are not going to be brilliant for me. What is this? This quarry looks very different. I suppose it's dam construction. This is going to be interesting. I could just leave it down here again. And then lift it up and go straight towards Hawley. Now, let's plan the Hawley one as well then. Now in Hawley, I could just cut it straight through the middle. That would be awesome for Hawley. Just straight through the middle. Or do we... Here's an idea. Do we create a terminus at Hawley? Now I don't know. Or should I have the terminus... In fact, I think the terminus will be here. Faversham. Yeah, I'll have a terminus in Faversham. I think that will be... That's going to be pretty cool. Right, okay, so the plan is there, and then terminus there. Because there's no way we're going to be able to get Bawtry or Bowtry around and through. No, I need to get rid of some of these things. That needs to go, that needs to go. I don't know, I'm going to work on this. Let's have a look. Okay. So, Biddulph, we're going to put the station somewhere here. Let's see where we can stick it. I do like having stations on the side of rivers. It's always nice to do that. Or near rivers. If I was to stick the Biddulph station there, that could be quite reasonable to get ourselves over. Nope. There. Something like that. This game looks quite interesting. Do you just build railways? No, you build railways and then you have to route the trains. You have to manage trains, manage the routes, manage not just railways but bus routes, roads, planes, things like that. This title has been out since 2016. I've been playing it since beta. I have approximately, I don't know, about 250 episodes or something, 200 episodes or something on my channel. Over 200 episodes on my channel of this different series, so you can have a look at any of them if you're interested to find out more. But it is going to be replaced with Transport Fever 2 very soon, and Transport Fever 2 is going to be quite different in certain ways, and I will be bringing that to my channel. Right, as a rough connection, what are we looking at here? We're looking at collisions as a rough connection. Right. It wants us to do a really horrible bridge. That bridge is not happening. I am not doing that bridge. It then wants us to cut through that. That's the collision. We then have a fairly flat path, followed by a tunnel of the ages into the station. So essentially, this is nothing I like. Step 1. Start figuring out how to lift this up. I can't have it getting too close to this, because I suppose I could loop that around if I wanted to. I have not played Diesel Railcar Simulator. I meant to get around to playing it, but I haven't. Train Sim World is the one that I tend to play most, or Trains Railroad Simulator 2019. Both good. But it is, yeah, Diesel Railcar Simulator is destructive, to say the least. So what I need to do is I need to somehow... What about down the side? That's another possibility. Just along... Look at this. What if the railway went along this bank? That would be pretty nice. And then somehow from that height manage to cross over and then go along this. Right, that's what I'm going to attempt. This is my attempt now. I've made my intention. Here comes the attempt. That's not bad. So that's the height we need. That's the height we need for it. Okay. Alright, okay. We're still going to be climbing. Let's try something here. There, that's alright. That's flat, okay. We are now alongside this. Kind of reminds me of the South Devon Railway, which goes right along the River Dart. Well, that's the idea. Since this is a UK series, everything should be somewhat reminiscent of things that we do or have in the UK. That's the idea. If it isn't, that's going to be a problem. That's actually going to be really nice. If I can pull this off, this is going to be really nice. Straight down the side. That's cool. And it worked. And it actually worked. Who would have thought I could get that working? Although that being said, it's not quite working the way I want it to work. Oh wait, there's an area they can go through. That'll do. That will do. That will do. Okay, that looks lovely. Thank you. Thank you very much. What I'll do is, if you're sticking around, very soon we'll have a ride along, and we'll be able to ride from one side of this one side of this route to all the way to the other, as we've got it. Right, ships can sort of navigate through that, he says, nervously. Ships cannot navigate through that. Give me something a ship can navigate through. That gap. That is the gap for ships. Fine. I'll take it. Okay. Now the problem is, as soon as I add a second, is it going to let me do this? Okay, ships can still get through that gap. There we go. That's a very nice sort of setup. Okay, now, here we go. What happens if I try to connect this to this? 90 miles per hour all the way through. Just got to remember the AWS. Yes, do not forget the AWS. Right, 90 all the way through. Well, I'll tell you what. If I manage to slide along that at a low sort of along the coast, follow that along, and then just sort something out here, we should be okay. All right. I know what the computer's saying, and I accept some of it, but not all. I'm going to do this my way. Alright, now tell me what you want here. Okay. Oh, that's kind of cool. That's also kind of cool, but not what I'm after. That makes this all even worse. So, don't want that. That's looking quite nice. Just gentle, slight downhill, always near the river. Aha! Here we go. Okay, and then it's going to go uphill for this for some bizarre reason. So what I'll try instead... Oh no, apparently it's going to be uphill regardless. Okay, I guess I've got to accept that. Right, which line was this? It's that line. So that's going to be this one here. Do I really want to accept that? Is there not a better way to do such a thing? Probably not. No, I don't think there is. Okay, I think we're stuck with this. Okay. And we'll now do the second line. All the way. Has to be enjoyable for the drivers as well, you see. There you go. Perfect. That's very nice. I could still smooth this out slightly further, but I like this little bit, sort of like that, just showing that yeah, there was a hill there, and we've just sort of dug into the side of the hill, but we are keeping the hill sort of in the way it is, and showing that we're not just sort of blasting through countryside without any sort of regard for the countryside itself. Right, we're going to continue on. Looks beautiful. There's such a nice route. If only it was real life. Oh yeah, if only we had this in real life. We'll go through the entire route, and hopefully you can give your opinions on such a route. Now, coming out of here is going to be interesting. I'm thinking of potentially just tunneling through this little bit here. But somehow we need to get to the middle of Hawley. Now in Hawley I am going to destroy this area here and stick the station in. And then we can have level crossings and be done with that. In fact, the station could probably just sit in there like that. Can I have a second? I can have a second street connection on this. I forgot about that. That's where the station's going to go, right there. I mean, there's a perfect spot for the station. I'm not even going to argue that one. station goes in there. We're going to have to now work out how to get the trains through that, and then the last stop is Faversham, where the station, I assume, is going to go straight on that corner, because that's going to be awesome. And we'll just do it straight out of that and then over to Hawley. And that will actually be the entire Midland Mainline. I say the Midland Mainline. This version of the Midland Mainline complete. Now let's find out what the computer wants. It's always good to have a look at what the computer thinks. It thinks a tunnel there, as I thought. And then going straight, I like that. As a matter of fact, I actually like that the entire way. I am surprised on that. I didn't think I was going to get something of that sort. Right. Can't decide whether to drive a 458 or a 360. Which do I prefer? Personally, the 458s are nice. But I do like the 360s because I think London Overground use the class 360s. So I'd go 360. Yeah, I'm quite happy with how this is. In a way, I'm tempted to just take what the computer's given me here. Because I don't feel like I could do much better than this. So you know what? In the interests of actually getting this route done, I'm going to take that. I don't have any arguments. I was planning to tunnel through. It tunneled through. I was planning to try and keep it as flat as possible. It's kept it as flat as possible. No issues. Apart from now that we have a terrain alignment collision. With what? How and where and why do we have a terrain alignment collision? What collided with the terrain? Nothing. TfL that uses the 360. Yeah, so the 360, that's the London Overground. London Overground is part of TfL. 360 it is. Lovely. I'm pretty sure London Overground is TfL. Yeah, it is TfL. It's definitely TfL. I should know this. I'd be poor if I got that wrong. Let's smooth this, just these tunnel entrances or approaches out. And look at that. That is that area done. That's the next route. Completely and utterly filled up. Nothing to worry about. Nothing to be panicking about. Easily done. Now comes the final part. From Hawley. Well, first of all, Hawley it's Hawley upon Thames, isn't it? I think it is. There we go. Look at that. That looks nice. How much does that cover? Wow. Wow, most of Hawley. That's good. Okay. I want to do that. That's what I want to do. That's exactly what I want. Okay. How am I going to do this? Where's Faversham? Over there. I'm going to do that. Yeah, I'm going to take that and see what that does. That looks awesome. Alright, so we've got loads of types. Now, we've actually got the British style right here. Picket fences and all. Can't really complain about that. one track closing, single track, to use 2-track. That's pretty cool. All right, yeah. Transport for London is the company that runs all the buses in London as a franchise, though, to other companies. But it's the operator, and also Transport for London also runs the entire tube network and the overground. And I don't think it does Thameslink. Right. How do we get to Faversham? Let's get Faversham station in first. Now, we've got two options here. We've got the terminus, which is awesome. This terminus is clearly an awesome terminus. Or, why is that a narrow angle? That should be doable. I want that to be doable. I want that station in that corner. I want the station in that corner. That is exactly where I want the station. Now, ideally I'd also have that station curved. I can't do that with this style of station. However, I'm going to stick the station there, and I'm going to see if this connects. Oh, why? Why? Oh, that's the fence for... Oh, well, that's rubbish. I want the station there, though. The station is going there. It's there, even if it means I have to pull it back slightly further. Too much slope. What are you talking about? Construction not possible. Why? What is so wrong about this junction? Okay, if you want to do that, I'm going to do something even more fancy. I'm going to pull the station all the way back to here. And then do this. Oh, actually, yeah, that's right. Right, how am I going to do this? Straight down there. That's not where I want it. That's not where I want it either. Nope. That's too... Oh, well, even this isn't working. Fine. I will do something even sillier. There. You will work. And you will like it. That diamond's even wrong. Ugh. Junk. Construction not... Why? Fine, do it again. I will keep doing this until I get this right. There we go. That's going to be a better diamond. Still not a great diamond, because for some reason this side of the diamond is always much smaller. I think it's because of the shape of the road. No. Yeah, something like this. There we go. Okay, now we have the station in. Finally. That took only a while. Right. So let's move on to what? Connecting this up, of course. Actually, no, we'll move on to smoothing that out first. Now we'll connect this up. Here we go. Just as a basic connection, what does this want? We're going from there. 80 miles per hour all the way across that. A bridge over here of epic proportions. And then over here. One long sweeping curve. Okay. I'm not against that. I'm not for that, but I'm not against that. Don't like this part. Is there a better way for me to do that? Or do I just use the Great Western philosophy and just blast a hole through it? Okay, let's try something here. We're going uphill now. That's good. And we'll continue going uphill. Oh dear. No. Where's Faversham? There it is. There we go. Oh, I don't like that. How do I stop that? That dig, I just don't want that. I suppose I can actually have it go uphill. Yeah, let's do that. We're actually going to have this thing go uphill very slowly. At 70? I think this is gonna... It's going to run into blockade after blockade here. How do we get it? Hey look, there's a line to follow. This line. How do we get it around to that line? I'm not sure we can. I'm not sure we can get it around to that line. Because there's just hills in the way. What would be nice is a way to hide the trees, sort of like Railroad Tycoon. Yeah, there's no way we can get around to that. Oh wait. Hello. A tunnel. A tunnel's good. Okay. Here we go. I'm gonna take the tunnel. Risk it. Oh, that's it. It's done it. It's done it. Perfect. Okay. Which line was that? Outside. Inside. One on the right. That one. And now to connect the other one. That wasn't too difficult. All the way up to there. Job done. I will now have the what do you call it here? Points the crossover at a lovely 25 miles per hour. Like so. And now let's start putting signals in. UK path signal, of course. Wait a minute, what's the difference between this one? Oh, that's just... hang on. UK path signal, UK semaphore. Ooh. remember UK semaphores being that... I don't remember the semaphores looking that tall, but... I thought they were about that height. I'm actually going to use the smaller ones for this line, because that's the one that we've done the whole time. The entire time through. Right. Let's get these figured out. I'm going to put one here. I'm going to put one here. So there should only ever be one train going between... There should only ever be a maximum of 1, 2, 3, 4 trains in this area. Okay, that sounds reasonable. I'm going to have one here. In fact, I suppose I should put the block. I should put another block in just here. Like that. There we go. That's fine. How long's the... This is not that long. Okay, that seems interesting for the time being. That seems interesting enough to get some trains. Yeah, that should be okay. That should be absolutely fine. Now this long distance one is the one that I need to think about. Where am I going to put signals here? Can't believe I finished a Midland Mainline. Didn't think that was going to happen. I'll stick a signal there. Now, what about either side of the bridge? That would be nice. One here. And one here. There we go. Okay. In that case, I also need one here. I mean, these ones make sense before the station. I feel like going that way. I don't know. I think that might be okay. I might need to add another set of signals in just there. But let's have a look. Done a service in a class 360. That's good. Oh, always fun to do things like that. Let's go out of here. I'm going to have it clear until the end of the bridge. Let's put a signal set there and there. Well, you're about to join me for a tour of the entire line, so it's the big part right now. We're going to run the entire line. Okay. I think at that kind of distance, signaling is pretty okay. That is the entire line complete. That's going to be so awesome as soon as it starts running. I'm going to start it running pretty quickly. Bidoff doesn't have anything connected to it. Oh dear. Oh dear. Let's do that. Yeah, sure, why not? There we go. And so, is that going to even cover anything? Little bit, not a lot, unfortunately. We'll have to get the bus routes running in all of this, but before we do that, obviously, I want to... In fact, let's get the bus... Should we do the bus routes before we run... I think maybe we should do the bus routes so that the passengers actually start piling into the stations. Because obviously we've got bus routes. All of those have bus routes. These ones do not. So perhaps let's quickly put the bus routes in, get the buses running, and then we'll have the trains running as well. So, bus stations. Here we go. Very simple bus stations here. One there, one there. I suppose we need one. Let's do one here, down this road. And I'll even put one down just here. Okay. In Biddulph, we don't even have a bus station here. We need to put bus stops in, but we don't even have the bus station. I'll put bus stops there. I'm going to actually put a bus stop there. And then we've got a bus station that we need to stick in, so I'm going to stick the bus station in just here. Like that. There's the bus station. And as for Faversham, that's got a fair amount covered already. So I'm actually not going to... I'm not going to do bus lines in Faversham just yet. Well, this is going to... Just looking at where I'm going to stick the bus station, though, it could be interesting. You know what? But I am going to put the bus station in, because this kinda is going to look cool. I need to put 2 in. Please tell me the second one's going to fit. Oh, oh. Well, that's fine. It can stay like that. So that's where the bus station is going to be anyway. Take the same amount as this? No. Why does the bus stop cover a larger area? I don't know. Right. Next up, create bus routes for... Oh no. Why is there none in Hawley? Hawley, right, okay. Hawley's supposed to have something. It'd be bad if Hawley doesn't. There we go. Okay. We need to put something in Hawley. Bus station. Bus station go on this side. Now that. It's a bit wobbly. And bus stops. We'll stick in some bus stops. Just here. There, and we're going to stick in some bus stops. Here. We can't even get back across. Oh no, this is going to be quite cool. Yep. Got an idea. So the bus will go there, 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 round there, back there, and then back here. That should be decent. Okay. Save. Always got to save. There we go. And the save's complete, so let's have a look. Buses can go in, or bus routes should I say. Let's get these routes done. Let's sort out this route as well as how many routes are we doing? Clockwise, anti-clockwise in Biddulph. Let's start with just the clockwise. Why not? So we'll do 3 clockwise routes. Yep. So Brig, Biddulph and Hawley is the 3 that we're going to do. And because I do this, all the routes are always red. Always. They'll always be red. But first of all, we need to sort this out. Where are we? Where does this end? Spalding. There we go. There's Spalding. Right. That's after Spalding. We are now going to Brig. Why are you doing that? No. I'll work this out. I shall work it out. Biddulph, Hawley, which I'm pretty sure it's still Hawley upon Thames. Ah, there we go. And straight into Faversham. Now, in Faversham, I actually wanted to take platform 4. Thank you. Alright, let's double check this route. Make sure it's okay. It's all good there. Hawley, both sides. It's clear there. Biddulph, it's okay there. And Brig, it is okay there. Good. Perfect. So, the line is ready. Awesome. Now to get these ones. Here's one. What do I call these lines? UKSC, that's what they're called. UKSC Brig 01. You will go there, 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 there. Why can't you do this? Could not connect all stations. I always run into this issue. Do that, please. There you go. Done. Okay. What on earth are you doing? Would that not be easier? Thank you. And surely to get to York Road, it'll be easier for you to... That would be easier. There you go. Crazy thing. Right, that's one line done. Time to do Biddulph's. UKSC. Not Biddulph. Biddulph. There we go. Oh, Biddulph 01. 01. Does the train service not stop going the other direction? Oh! You're completely right. Thank you. Yeah. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. That's my own complete mistake. I need to fix that right now. Thank you. I think it's a good idea to do these on stream. Then these mistakes are caught before they even occur. Or before I even test it and then go, why is this not working? Thank you. Good catch. Very good catch. Right. Panic moment over. Hawley. Right, how are we going to do this? This goes... There. That'll do. Just finished on another service. Perfect. That will do nicely. Okay. All routes are now set. Now we just need to get things on the routes and get the trains going. So we'll have a road depot for each one of these. Road depot can actually go here. Gonna take a break from the 360. You are going to have stagecoaches in a deeper red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All of you are going to be running around Hawley. 5 stagecoaches running around Hawley. Wonderful. There are in Biddulph. We're probably going to do a similar sort of thing. Where can the depot go? Depot can go right here, actually. This looks like a decent place for it. And we're going to do the exact same thing here. We're going to go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Next one, Brig. Last one of the lot. Where we're going to stick the depot for Brig. Now, unfortunately, I think Brig's depot is going to be somewhat away from this. Can I actually stick it here? Actually, I can do that. That's interesting. Let's do that. Try and actually make it straight though. There we go. Why not? Why not? Depot right opposite the station. That makes sense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How big's Brig? It's not that big. Off it goes. Okay. And we are good. Let's save this. Find a train and start running the line. Alright, so what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and grab a train that is just about to get towards Burnham, because I'm hoping when it gets to Burnham, that's when it resets. So let's run all the way up the line. Oh, hang on. We can get them going all the way over here now. I completely forgot. We haven't done much over here, but... Yes, we're going to have to do this. There's even more to expand to the line. This is going to be a very, very interesting line. So where is it? Where's Burnham? Burnham on Guild. Painswick, Burnham, here we go. That's where it's going to be. Oh no, wait, Wem and Buntingford's already on it. Never mind. Never mind, they're already on it. All we need to do is find a train. Right, this is what we're going to do. We're going to wait for a train to reach Buntingford. Here we go. We're now playing. Waiting for a train to reach Buntingford, and then we're going to catch said train and follow it along. That's our idea. So now we just have to essentially wait. Just a little bit of waiting, that is. The amount of people wandering around. Right. Now we need to find a topic to talk about for a few moments. Because there's no train here yet. Anytime now. New Dawn 2106. Hello there. You're joining us just in time for a ride along. A ride along all the way along the completed Midland Mainline. We're going to be going from here in Buntingford. We're going to be stopping in Wem, Burnham, Painswick, Newcastle, Guildford, Totnes, Spalding, Brig, what's after Brig? Biddulph, Hawley, and terminating at Faversham. At 12 stations. Wait, was that 12? I think that was 12. Runs through 12 cities. We're just waiting for a train to pop along over here in Buntingford. Buntingford? Yes, Buntingford. Anytime now a train will appear. It's just a matter of waiting. What I really want to do is, I think the next Transport Fever stream that I do, I will not do this map. I will go back to my first season of Transport Fever. Since we're coming up to Transport Fever 2, I will go back to my first season of Transport Fever, and I want to show you guys just how that map expanded for the first time when I first played this game. And I remember in the beta, when I was on the beta for this, there were a lot of errors that were sitting around, and we fixed the errors, and on that we managed to I was allowed to make YouTube videos on it. So I think me and, I don't know, six or seven others were allowed to make YouTube videos, And so it was sometime in October, I think, about 2 weeks before release. And I made a YouTube video on this, and my word, it got a ridiculous amount of views. I remember it was well in the thousands for someone who, you know, didn't do these kind of videos, and it was well into the thousands. And the city, I think the series lasted 63 episodes, something like that. And the cities grew to ridiculous sizes of 5,000 in-game, 5,000 population, which is huge. Normally the population in these is maybe 1,000. And cities was just merging together, and there was traffic everywhere. But the routes were really, really nice. And I think I'm going to return to that in the next stream and go back on that and see what could be changed, what could be improved, and see if it still works. To be completely honest, I don't even know if that file still works. It's a 3 years old, I think, the file. I think. I'm still waiting for a train. I'm stalling here. Is there any train coming this way? Did I even set the trains to come this way? I'm pretty sure I did. There's not even a single train headed this way, is there? Let's fast forward a little bit so we can actually get a train. Can't want... There's a train... stupid slow thing. Well, there's a passenger waiting too. Wow. 2 big old passengers. Probably a third coming. Look at them running around at triple speed. Weird. 1851. This is how people got around. They sprinted everywhere. Are you going to the station? You are not. Someone's making a house. Commercial building. Don't worry, the trains are just slow. Yeah, I know. What I want to do is, once the train starts spreading out, I can get a few more services in here. Because now for 12 cities, how many stops? 22 stops. For 22 stops, I have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 trains. I need more than that. This thing loses so much money. That makes a lot of money though. 693,000 pounds that's making. And apparently that one's making a whopping £404. Oh dear. I think somebody needs to get banned. You think I need longer trains with multiple locomotives? We don't do that in Britain. We don't do really long trains. We don't do multiple locomotives in general. Also in the year 1851, we just don't have the power to run those kind of trains. But you are correct. We do need longer trains eventually. As soon as we get the power, we can put some longer trains on. But definitely not multiple locomotives. That's not something we tend to do. I mean, I have seen double-header steam trains, but those are because you're probably worried about one of them breaking down. You know your English, but it would be interesting. Yeah, but it would defeat the purpose of the UK series. I had double-header trains. I had double-header trains in series 2. Here we go. Here comes the train. Only 4 people, but here's our train. Okay. Time for us to get on board. I don't know which. I think this one. Or is there a better one? Are we just going closer and closer per carriage, aren't we? That's better. There we go. We'll use. Actually, I'll slightly further away one. Let's use that. Third carriage down. Third carriage down. This is our journey. Also, I have no idea what this actually looks like on the stream. I'm hoping decent. Unfortunately, I can't run it at the obvious full the way I do my standard recordings. I can't run it like that because it just can't handle the bitrate. I think I do my recordings at about 24,000 bits per second, something like that. But this one is at 16,000 bits per second. Hold on, I can check my bitrate. It is 15,800 kilobits per second. There you go. Normally I do 22 or 24,000 kilobits per second. Apparently I've dropped 375 frames. Yes, good old steam trains. Definitely. Slow steam trains. Quality 10 out of 10. Why that? Thank goodness for that. Perhaps when I get a better internet connection, I might... Thank you, Ultrasay, for ruining the entire show. Perhaps when I get a better internet connection, I will be able to get even more quality out of one of these. I wonder if I take a picture like that. Ah, there we go. Screenshot. Mountain in the distance. We don't have those in Britain much. We do have that, but not much. So this is the entire journey of the entire Midland Mainline. That railway needs to. That needs to be smoothed out. That definitely needs to be smoothed out. Oh, look at that train up there. Whoa. I have a feeling I'm going to hit my head. You're watching this on an old phone at 720p. Well, that's fine. 720p, it should look okay. It's a 1080. Because I've actually got it at 720. Now, if it's on a phone, it should look okay. But I think it's on a large screen. It's not going to look great overall. They look decent, but okay. Why is this train juddering? Beep beep. Beep beeps. We've got beep beeps. Beep beeps means new stuff. And also, something's happened to the shadows. That's weird. Clonk, clonk, clonk. Okay. Now in Wem. I have no idea how many passengers are on board. I'm not going to check. Which train makes that noise? No train makes that noise from Britain. Oh, replaced one of the things. $20 past. This is probably going to take about 15 minutes to get to the other side of the track, or the other side of the map. Which isn't bad. Burnham should look nice, I'm hoping. That passenger simulation. Yes. Transport Fever 2 looks really good with the passenger simulation. Somebody seems to be having issues with capital letters. Look at that forest in the distance. That looks lovely. And it looks like we're going to be going straight into that, but if I'm correct, there's a river in the way. There is a river in the way between that forest, what we can see, and where we are. .35 very slow miles per hour. It should also look pretty nice. Sub-train. Oh, if only there was a sub-train. I don't get those kind of things. Not yet. Not popular enough. Might see another train swing around the corner here. This train is doing a whopping 41 miles per hour. Can't I go faster? Nope, train's top speed is 41 miles per hour. It's 1851, 1852 now. Can't go any faster. Now, something's really happening to the shadows at the top. I wasn't playing up like that last time. We'd have to have a look at what the shadows are doing. We've got another railway over there. Now, that railway is not currently in use, but this main line is. There we go. 41 mile per hour ain't bad. Most people aren't moving that fast during rush hour. Yeah, I know. That's very true. Here we go. We're about to see passenger animations once again. Bop, 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 bop. And you'll just see passengers disappear. Didn't pick many people up. That's more like a whistle from this era. Also, now here comes the one that I did in the last stream. The horrible nightmare of a junction, or nightmare of a build, which was this whole overhead supersized bridge gantry area. And I actually got to take a picture of. There's the River Guild along the side. And we've got the city of, or the town of Burnham below us, which is pretty cool. No trains coming in the opposite direction yet, which is odd. Standard British buffers right there. This is the year 1852. .36 miles per hour uphill. 36. We touched 36. Now down. How many trains on this line? Currently 12, I think. I need to add more because we've just increased the line, the length of the line, to an extra 2 cities south and 3 cities north. So what I'm looking for is for the trains to spread themselves out, and then in the gaps I'm going to feed more trains in. Alright, next stop is Painswick on this map. Where Painswick is in real life in the UK, haven't got a clue. Have not got a clue. So Painswick should be coming up fairly shortly. In fact, we could see it from Burnham, just in the distance. There's Painswick right there. Again, the River Guild. funnily enough, this route follows the River Guild all the way for almost the entire route. So as soon as we go through Buntingford and Wem, and as soon as we're out of Wem, we're following the Guild through Burnham, Painswick, Newcastle, Guildford itself, Totnes, Spalding, Brigg, and now Brigg, Biddulph, Hawley, and then that's when it moves across from Hawley. Then it moves over and goes to Faversham, which is away from the Guild. But aside from that, this shouldn't be called the Midland Mainline. This should be called the River Line, or something of the sort. I'm expecting a train to just come over the top of that hill, just over this crest, add hedge lines alongside railways. I am planning to do that should this series go that far. Although I don't think it will, because I mean we're coming up to November, and I don't know. Transport Fever 2's date's going to be announced very soon. But tree lines, hedge lines, things like that would be pretty cool. In fact, I might do it in today's stream after this ride along's done. I'll see if I can get some hedges along the railways. Might be possible. I know I can get fencing. Not sure about hedges, but I can certainly try. Look at the amount of passengers waiting here. Is Transport Fever 2 coming to console? I haven't heard anything of it coming to console, unfortunately. So, not that I know of. Come on, just have a train come around the corner. Haven't seen a single train. I bet all the trains are behind me. I'm also curious as to how many people are on this train. 3 people will go on. And possibly, if the train's full, trains like this can only carry 20 in the game. I'm sure they can carry lots more in real life. Seriously, it's still no train. Am I controlling the train? I am not. I am not controlling the train. This is not one where you control the train. That would be Train Sim World or something like that. I'm only riding along on the train after I made the railway itself. Seriously, where are the other trains? Around the corner we'll see another train. We're going up the bridge now towards Newcastle. Climbing, there's the Guild once again. In fact, you can just see the bridges of Newcastle on the right hand side. That's where we're going. Be another train. Be another... No other train. I wonder if anyone's made a train as long as the line it's on. I don't know if that's possible. I genuinely do not know if the game would allow, unless you had an extremely short line. The longest train I have made in Transport Fever was 608 meters long. It was 608 meters long, and to be completely honest, the train, when it was loaded fully, it was very difficult to move that train. I had 3 engines at the front of that train and an engine at the back. So yeah, it was pretty difficult to actually get the train moving. Trains in Newcastle. Still no trains. This is getting a bit annoying. Where are all the trains? I swear, if every train is stuck, I'm in a lot of trouble. Every train is stuck except this one, clearly. That's what's happened. Change camera. Let's use this camera. There you go. Maybe we'll be able to see things. In the year 1852, we had cameras on top of train carriages. Digital cameras as well that shot in colour, clearly. Come on. In other news, I'm very, very interested in seeing what Flight Sim World comes out with. Not Flight Sim World, Flight Sim 2020. The previews for that look absolutely stunning. I just hope my computer can run it, because I've not seen a sim in which every building in the world is accurately modelled, as far as I can tell. Every tree seems to be in the right place, every road seems to be in the right place. The fact that it even has proper icing on the visual icing on the aircraft, not just ice warnings and temperature warnings and alerts, but it's visually, you can visually see the ice on these things. My voice has gone a bit weird. Thank you. Yeah, visually see the ice on these. Oh dear. I've got a feeling that game will kill computers. I don't know. I'm interested in knowing how the streaming will work on it. The sort of downloading the world as you play, because it's got 2 petabytes of data. And 2 petabytes is what is 2 petabytes? 2,000 terabytes. 2,000 terabytes of data for the entire world for the visuals. If you're flying a jet, how much space is that going to take on your computer, and how is it going to stream? I know it's using Azure technology, but how is it going to stream that? And then for people like me who like actually streaming on YouTube or creating videos won't be a problem, but streaming, if I'm downloading and uploading at the same time, that's going to be eating away at my bandwidth. How is that going to work? So it's going to be really interesting. As soon as I go to Windows 10, I will be trying to get onto the tech betas for that, and see if I can get on the tech. Okay, we're in Guildford and we still haven't seen a train. We're literally at the city where we started the series. How long is this stream? Probably another 25-30 minutes, maybe 40. I'm just surprised I haven't seen a stream. Another game that won't be on consoles. Actually, they are planning to have it on the Xbox One at some point. I just don't see how they're going to be able to do the simulation on Xbox One. An Xbox is just not powerful enough to run a simulation. My computer struggles to run current simulations in some ways. PS5, most likely not. It's going to be a Microsoft thing. I don't think it'll be PlayStation 5. Besides, the PlayStation 5 looks rather ugly. Yeah, you said it. Kinda looks ugly. The original PlayStation looked great. PlayStation 1 looked a bit strange. PlayStation 2 looked decent. PlayStation 3 was a departure. They tried to curve everything off, make everything smooth. PlayStation 4 just looked like, well, basically a PlayStation 2, 2 PlayStation 2s attached to each other. It's like a double layer of a cake. Oh, and then with the extra slant. And then they had the PS4 Pro, was it? was just basically looked like they took another layer of that cake and put it on top of it, which I think did look quite nice. The PlayStation 5, it doesn't look like a PlayStation. It looks more like something I would expect Sega to come out with. That's something I would expect Sega or Nintendo to come out with, not Microsoft or Sony. If anything, in a way, it reminds me a bit of the old... Actually, that being said, thinking about it, it reminds me a bit of the old Atari machines and Commodore 64s and ZX Spectrums and stuff. It's just, each one was very unique. And I think that's maybe what they're trying to do with the PlayStation 5. They're trying to make it look so unique that you look at it and you immediately know it's a PlayStation 5. You know it will be a timeless thing. So, how's the route and the trains back? We haven't come across a single train in the other direction, but we've just passed Guildford. We're now heading towards Totnes. Pretty busy on the actual train. Just don't know where the other trains are. PS5 is designed so it doesn't overheat. Yeah, but there are loads of ways of designing something so that it doesn't overheat. There are plenty of ways of designing things so they don't overheat. All I want to see is a train coming in the opposite direction. That's all I want to see. Where have they gone? I'm going to have some water because my voice has gone really weird. Too many heat sinks. On the PlayStation 5, in a way, yeah, it does look like there's just a really weird... The transfer of heat on the PlayStation 5 does look a bit strange, as does that bump there. Why did I never fix that bump? Well, okay. There are so many passengers waiting in the other direction. I have a feeling something's gone wrong. But you know what the best part is? I'm not going to check it. I'm not going to check it. I just want to stay on board this train. Now heading towards Spalding. Why have I got these bumps here? What? Why did I not fix that when I was building the track? Ah. That's stupid. Anytime now we're going to see another train. We've seen one going from Wem to Buntingford. Actually, we saw two. We saw one coming out. We saw one coming out of the tunnel, and then we saw one at the station. So we've seen two. There's 12 trains. Where are they? Alright, into another tunnel. Here we go, next station. Oh, whoa, whoa, I see a train. I see a train. It's a miracle. It's a... What did I do? That's not what I meant to do. That's all wrong. There we go. Actually, hang on a second. I can actually get that other train. Screenshot, go away. Screenshot, go away. There you go. Got the other train as well. Right. Oh, there's suddenly going to be a whole bunch of trains disappear. Next stop is, where is it? Spalding. There we go. It says at the bottom. It's actually taken us, so far, we've been on this journey for 20 minutes. Which is, I mean, that's pretty decent, given the size of the map. At this point, in a jet, in 20 minutes, I could have done about 100 miles, 150 miles. Yeah, I could have probably done about 150 miles in this time. Into another tunnel, and then I think we're going to be going over into another tunnel, and then we should be going straight to Spalding. There'll be a bridge over us as we approach Spalding. There's Spalding ahead of us, and now we're going to be once again on the new track, today's new track we will be on. Why is that signal still showing danger? Clear, signal clear. Signal clear. Okay, it's clear. I feel like their semaphores need to pop up earlier. I know on the railways they tend to keep lights at red or signals at danger until a train is somewhere in the block, and then they'll sort out the signal, which makes sense. But in here it's a bit close. Also, I hope Transport Fever 2 has danger signals. Not danger, caution signals. Because I know that they're doing traffic lights now for the roads, which is good. But they really need to do caution signals on the railways, because then you can slow them down. There's another train. I actually want to get this signal like this. Hang on a second, I want to get this one. There you go. Also, the sound does cut out in Transport Fever. That's going to hurt. Ow. Ow. The sound does cut out in Transport Fever slightly. For some reason. I suppose 2016, it was only their second title. They did Train Fever, and they did Transport Fever. This was so much better than Train Fever. I'm expecting Transport Fever 2 to be so much better than Transport Fever. And certainly a game that lasts another 3 years. Here we go again. Next stop, Brig. Oh, I wonder if the trains that were on their way here just continued down this route instead of turning back. Interesting, they might have done that. That might be why we haven't seen it. That might be why we're seeing the trains now. Because they hadn't turned back, so there's a massive gap behind us. Ah, interesting. That's an interesting logic for them to follow. It's correct logic, but sometimes they don't. I didn't realise they follow that, because last time I tried it, they didn't tend to follow that. Yeah, look, here comes another train. That's exactly what they've done. Okay, fine. That's absolutely fine. That's exactly what they did. They did the entire they followed the logic by just continuing down the track. Okay. Super. These trains are small compared to the tunnels. Really small compared to the tunnels. Why make tunnels so big? this new track. Next stop is Brig. There's the River Guild once again. And this time we've also got the river... Oh gosh, I can't remember what the name of this river was. Uh-oh. That's the Guild on our right. What's the river on our left? I can't remember the name of the river. I'm gonna have to look back at the comments to see, or back in my own video to see. Here comes another train. Suddenly so many trains appearing. Third autosave. How often does this thing autosave? Every 15 minutes. That means we've been doing this for over half an hour. We've just been sitting on a train for over half an hour. How dull. Actually, it's not dull, it's fantastic. This is exactly what people come to see. People jump on this video just to see trains, which is kind of rude to all the other types of transport, planes and cars and buses and ships. No one wants to see ships. I've noticed that a lot of people are interested in cars and trucks and things like that, planes and trains. There are very few people interested in buses, and even less seem to be interested in ships. Which is strange, because ships are one of the oldest forms of transport. People have been boating for millennia. Cars are only just over 100 years old. 120, 130 years old? The car. Planes are just over 100 years old. 105 years old now? Planes are 105 years old. And trains are some... coming up about 200 years old. And yet, the younger ones have more interest in them than the older ones. Or the older one. I suppose nowadays ships don't look all too fancy. Before you used to have the rigging, the sails. It used to be something quite special to see a ship. But I mean, I think the same's going to happen to trains. People used to love seeing steam trains and hearing loud diesel engines and things like that, but particularly steam trains. And nowadays, you don't get that same sort of excitement or rush from an electric engine. You see it coming towards you, it's quiet. You hear it go past you, you just hear a buzzing noise, or like a hum as it goes past you. While these ones, you used to hear all the mechanics, the whistle, and you used to see the fire. If you look back, you might just catch the firebox and see the flames in there. You used to see the smoke coming out the stack. You used to actually see the driving wheels being moved, the pistons in the cylinders and things like that. That was exciting. And I think cars are similar. The more technology advances with cars, the more they become automated and self-driving, in not just automated in terms of lights and parking and wipers and all that kind of stuff, but more automated in terms of self-driving cars, electric cars. Yeah, they're fast, but are they exciting? I don't think so. I think they are exciting as in, oh look, there's something new. But after that, you're done. After that, there is no excitement. Because you're like, well, that's it. We're done. And crossing the River Guild once more. That's a nice crossing. Is there any other... Well, that's scary, isn't it? That's an interesting one. Yeah, that's just my opinion. I think that cars are exciting, yes, but not as much. Electric cars won't be exciting. Cars of the future, you'll have far less exciting cars. You know, I think in the 1980s, you used to have hatchbacks that were exciting. I mean, now, yes, you do still get the hatchbacks and stuff that are exciting, but every class of car had exciting cars. And nowadays, the only excitement you get out of cars are your Ferraris and things like that. Yes, you still have your Golfs and your Golf GTIs or R32s. You have your Type Rs for your Civics and your RSs for your Focus. You still have your M5s and M3s and those kind of things, your AMGs, but whilst those are undeniably far faster than the cars of yesteryear, are they as fun and as engaging to drive? I think this is a chat perhaps for an Assetto Corsa stream whilst I'm actually driving cars, and perhaps people will be able to give me their opinions on that. Whether you think that modern cars are as exciting as old cars. Personally, I don't think so. I think the same about modern aircraft. And I do literally mean modern aircraft. Yes, they're great and they're aerodynamic and they're efficient and all that kind of stuff, which is fine. But aircraft like Concorde, the soon-to-be retired jumbo jets, the 111s, aircraft like that, they were pretty special aircraft. Very unique, very complicated. And when you step into those kind of aircraft, you look at it and you think, whoa, this is something. Nowadays you step into an aircraft and you think, yes, wow, this is futuristic. You'll sit down and then you'll be like, okay, now I'm here. Now what? After a while it'll just get a bit dull. Where's the sound gone off this engine? Well, I can only hear the running gear. Oh wait, I don't think it's on power. No, it's on power. I don't know what's going on. Almost towards the end of the stream, and it has taken us about 45 minutes to get across this map. That is quite a crazy amount of time to get across the map. And that's just on one route. If we were going double the speed, it'd still take 20 minutes to get across the map. So that means the trains that we could have doing 80, 90 miles per hour are still not going to be able to get across this map that quickly. Which is cool. That is cool. We've got 2 stations to go. Hawley and Faversham. And you should still be able to see. Oh, you can't see it. The River Guild. I think we're going to be coming up right alongside it, actually. Yeah, after this tunnel, we're going to come up alongside. Are we? No, we're not. No, we're not. That's a lie. That was we did that before. We did that before a bit of. Once again, a solid 41 miles per hour. Not great. I do hope the textures are also better in Transport Fever 2. The textures on this are good, but it would be nice to have a nice amount of normal mapping perhaps on these textures to just make them look more realistic. Here's Hawley. You can't actually see the river, but the river is not far from here. That is a lot of people waiting. And you can see at the moment why are people sort of floating across that level crossing? You can see at the moment the level crossing, you saw the level crossing was open, the level crossing is now closed. Okay, somehow I'm going to have to take a picture of this. There we go. You are a mental person. You are a mental person. How could you do that? Crazy. Here comes another level crossing. Should just about be closing for us. Go on, close. There you go. Horse-drawn carriage stops for us. Wow. They still have their hooves in the air. That's interesting. Didn't realise they could do that. And that brings us very nicely towards the end of our journey, the entire Midland Mainline in 1852. This is pretty much a curve all the way around. For those of you who have been watching, thank you very much for watching. For those of you who have been commenting, thank you for commenting, having discussions, things like that. There's some interesting chats there about PlayStation and different titles and this actual setup, perhaps trains that need to be placed on here. In the next episode or next stream, depending on how I decide to do this, I'll be getting more trains out on this line. I will also be looking at figuring out how to start splitting the lines out, so we have other towns to connect to that will sort of, out of Guildford, we're going to have a branch line going out. So I say branch line, it probably isn't going to be a branch, it's still going to be another main line of some sort. We'll try and start getting some express trains running, slightly faster trains that skip some stations, and we'll also get the one over to Beeston, the train line over to Beeston running, which will be another spur of this main line. In addition to that, we'll probably be starting to consider cargo and how and where we're going to start getting some cargo running. Where do we get the coal from? Where do we get the iron from? Where do we get our logs from? Oil, things like that. So we're going to have to try and work all of those things out. So that's all coming in the next few episodes or in the next couple of streams. If you really did like this stream, please hit that thumbs up. I would really appreciate that. It would really help me out. And if you were interested in supporting me further, you can support me on Patreon, www.patreon.com/ECEgadget. That support would be also massively appreciated. You can also find me on social media at ECGadgetLP for both Twitter and Instagram. And if you are so inclined, you can find me on Reddit at ECGadget. Strange. This is the end of our journey. We have now reached our destination in Faversham. How many people actually wanted to go here? 20. We had a full train right there. And now we have 15 going back. That's not doing too badly. Okay, let's pause that now and figure out where on earth all the other trains are. There's a train right there. Okay, there's a train right there. 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 And that's it. Where's the other trains? There's a train going back there. We need to get some trains in these areas. There's a train there. There is a massive gap for trains, it seems. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to try and figure out where this gap is and get the trains in there. But that's where I'm going to leave it for today. Let's see if there are any other pictures that perhaps we could look at taking. That's a bit of an interesting one. Nothing too special about that one, but a little bit interesting. Hey, come on, stop doing that. There you go. This one was a very decent one. There we go. I forgot the camera mode on this. There used to be a camera mode. I don't know where it's gone. I don't know. I used it once or twice. Didn't work out exactly as I wanted it, but it did a decent job. Has this city started expanding? I don't know. I feel like these cities immediately started expanding. Well, oh, that's definitely expanding. Yes, that's a definite. Spalding. Totnes, not as much. Guildford's definitely building up. That's a lot more than there used to be. It's definitely a lot more than there used to be. Why did I put this for this? Advanced station. Passenger. I don't recall why I've done this. Oh, because I could only have... yeah, okay, I could only do 8 and I wanted more. Anyway, okay, well, that's all from me. And I'll see you guys next time in Transport Fever, the UK series where we wait for Transport Fever 2.